How are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 62 of our West Ham United career mode. Of course, coming off the back of a tough loss in Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final, which is why you do see the note about tournament prize money. We got back like 700 some grand, so that's fantastic. We also have a couple injuries to deal with. Jarvis picked up a knock, and I think Valencia is out for 5 days. Jarvis will be out for 3 weeks. So not huge losses, but some squad players that we're not going to have available to us now. We also got an offer from the United States for international management. Now, I do know the Euros are coming up, but I haven't got any real European job offers except for like Romanian random European, which no offense to anybody from Romania. If you're from Romania here, I love it. Keep watching. Let me know if you are from Romania. But like I said, just not a lot of big clubs in terms of teams that we could win the Euros with, and that's what I would really want to play with. So if I do take an international job, it's going to be with a top European nation just because that's the main tournament that will be coming up, and at this point we'll probably wait it out. I might pick up the United States if we get to 2018 and have the World Cup. Might go with the United States then, but I probably won't take that offer this time around. That said, we come up with another matchup, potentially a bogey game. Stoke were in 17th when we took them on. We were in 3rd. We're still sitting in 3rd, hanging on outside of Manchester United and Arsenal, but Crystal Palace have now slipped down into 17th, which means we're going to be taking them on with a huge game on the line for us. Obviously, we want to stay in that top 4 while Crystal Palace are trying to claw their way away from the relegation zone. This is going to be a huge game for them. Obviously, home at Selhurst Park. They're going to have the home team or the home fans back. And then we come out in a 4-3-3. Bit different formation. I chose Dybala on the right wing, Wickham on the left wing, Carroll up top, Downing and attacking midfield, Delph and Noble make up central midfield. Obita, of course, has to play at left back with Aaron Cresswell injured. And to be honest, Jordan Obita did not impress me in the first half. He gets absolutely smoked there, forces Wickham to have to come in and try and make a tackle to slow him up. And another chance down Obita's wing forces Winston Reid to have to come over and help. And luckily for us, that header does go over the bar, but Obita was just getting torn up and down the park. I'll tell you what, did not play well for me personally. But following that header that went over the bar, we start off with a free kick and play out from the back. Eventually find the ball onto Paulo Dybala, and Beanon Williams goes in for a slide tackle. I don't know why, because Dybala has so much pace and dribbling ability that he just turns Beanon Williams. Lovely skill move there. That's unbelievable to play with like a double step over to beat his man, cut inside onto his favorite left foot, and it was a good save by the goalkeeper, Price, I think it is, for Crystal Palace, to keep Dybala from scoring. But 33rd minute, an absolutely huge situation where Jenkins is pile driver on a disgraceful tackle there by the Crystal Palace man, takes him out, and Carl Jenkinson, who did injure his ankle just weeks ago, now has picked up another knock and did have to be substituted. We brought on James Tompkins to play. He started out playing in right back. Dybala, lovely heel-to-heel flick, then a fake shot. He's creating so much here. Great little curling power strike, but Price makes a really good save to keep out the Argentine striker. It was beautiful skill, though. Lovely, the heel-to-heel flick. I love using the heel flick. It works very well. Wickham with a chance here late in the first half. Delph eventually wins a header to Mark Noble. Great fake shot to beat MacArthur. Comes in with a strike, and Price equal to the task yet again. And that would be how we would go into halftime. And with that, I'll let you see, I decided this formation wasn't working. We had a lot of space in midfield, and Crystal Palace were sitting behind the ball defending. And so with that, I decided let's change up the formation, get a few attackers on, and just mix things up. Because I thought defensively now we have 3 center backs on, Tompkins coming off for Jenkinson because I didn't have any fullbacks on the bench. So I said, Obita, you're coming off. We're going to go into a 3-5-2 shape, and you can actually take a look at what we decided to do. Wickham then went in support of Carroll with Dybala still, but we brought on, we have Downing, Delph, we brought in Adrian Rabiot to play in the center of the park, and Noble, of course, came off for Francisco Rodriguez. So we went with some younger players here. We took off, obviously, Abita's a younger player, but we brought on Rabiot, who's just 20 years old. Rodriguez is just 21, just for some youth to see if they could get in. But we have the left winger, Balassi, here, ranging forward for Crystal Palace, whips the ball in the middle, and it's a good save by our goalkeeper, Adrian, to keep things where they stood and not let us fall behind. And with that, in the 50th minute, Dybala, another bit of skill to beat his man. Lovely little stop with the ball, lays it off to Rodriguez. He tries to slip it inside. He's unable to, has to play it back to Paulo Dybala. Great little bit of skill with the ball roll. He is leveled by the defender, but Rodriguez taking on Beanon Williams, floats it in the air, and Carroll's header eventually does go just wide of the post. But this allowed us to get a lot of pressure, and Rodriguez was fantastic on the wing. Great little body feint there to get the ball inside to Fabian Delph. Turns inside Scott Dan, fake shots around to get some space, and Fabian Delph, the former Aston Villa man, has given us a 1-0 lead, and that was really the breakthrough that we deserved and needed. It was a fantastic bit of play. Rodriguez, I thought, was unbelievable when he came off the bench. He really gives a lot of width options because when we were narrow, we had Tompkins on one wing, a beat on the other. We didn't get a lot of pressure up the flanks, and that's where we really needed to expose Crystal Palace with guys like Beanon Williams, who's not a great fullback that we were trying to take advantage of, and we were able to do that with Rodriguez coming on, and he made absolute mincemeat of Beanon Williams in the second half. Did fantastically. This time he does well. Nice little fake shot into Fabian Delph. Makes enough space for himself, and he does beat Price with a near post effort. Fantastic, powerful strike to give us some room and give us a 1-0 lead. But Rabiot with a nice ball out wide into Connor Wickham, who's dropped deep into Rodriguez again. This is just what I was talking about. Great skill. Beats Beanon Williams with a lovely touch. Just great ability to show dribbling quality while he's running at pace. And Dybala puts one in the back of the net. It was actually ruled as an own goal off the foot. You can see Hangland does deflect it past his goalkeeper. I think it would have went in anyways because it didn't look like Price was getting anywhere near it. But it hits Hangland and goes in. But it's controversial, and obviously if there was a dubious goals committee, it would be given to Dybala because you can see, look at the replay here. It's going straight at the goal. There's no chance that's going wide, and it goes in anyway, so it should have been Paulo Dybala's goal. It's disappointing that just because I'm not going to get to have that go on the score sheet for him. But that said, it's in the back of the net regardless. It gives us a 2-0 lead. Dybala, then I gave him a free kick from a wide angle. He nearly scores. Unluckily, as he went up and down over the wall, he actually has really good free kick stats, similar to that of Creswell, and he strikes one very hard off the post there. Luckily for Crystal Palace that we are not up 3-0. But Wickham, beautiful show of power to stretch past his defender. It falls into Fabian Delph, who's in another advanced position, and Connor Wickham latches onto the loose ball and just smashes it into the roof of the net. He opens his account for the game and gives us what is surely the 3-point winner, as it is our third goal of the game. Will win us the 3 points, 3-3. It's beautiful, beautiful finish from Connor Wickham. He just hits it with so much power, strikes his laces right through it, and Price is going to have no chance stopping that from such a close range. Great goal from Connor Wickham. Another chance here would fall to us as we are just running rampant over that Queen's Park, or the Crystal Palace, another London club, but running rampant over that Crystal Palace defense. Lovely bit of skill from Stuart Downing here that eventually wins us a corner in the 78th minute. From the corner, Downing does call for a man to come short. I think it was Winston Reed, just to call off the defense, give us a bit more space as he then floats it over Reed. Ball comes out to Paulo Dybala, strikes it from the edge of the area, and it's inches away. Dybala wanted a goal that he should have had with his first attempt that actually did go in the back of the net, but it wasn't to be. Our final chance of the game here would come to Stuart Downing in stoppage time as he would range down the wing, float across in for Dybala. Great header back across the face of the goal, but Price does well to keep the scoreline just at 3-0, and that would be how the game would end. A 3-0 victory. Fantastic performance by the lads. Have to give them all the credit in the world for coming out after halftime, after we had the talk, and say it's not good enough. We need to be picking up these points. They responded just how we wanted them to. 3 fantastic goals and a 3-0 victory over Crystal Palace. It's well deserved. Crystal Palace held some of the possession later on in the game, but they held a lot of possession in the beginning of the game. We picked up a lot late, which ended up bringing it equal. Fabian Delph was man of the match for me. Absolutely stupendous. I think he had a goal and an assist, and he does get my 3 moves, my hammer points. Adrian, who made a couple of big saves to keep us in the game early on, does get 2 points. And Paulo Dybala, despite not getting a goal credited to him, does get 1. And obviously Jenkinson, we saw picked up that injury, will be out for 4 weeks with another sprained ankle. So that's a huge loss to us and might force us to switch to 3 at the back yet again until Aaron Cresswell is able to return from his injury. But we see Jarvis was cleared, and Cresswell was cleared to return to the team, but obviously he'll be coming back from a extensive injury, a 2-month injury. We're not going to rush him right back into the line. Oxlade-Chamberlain also returning from an injury, so we do have a lot of guys coming back into the team, but we'll see how soon it is that they'll be ready to play. And we have a return of Hammers headlines in this episode, guys. It's going to be fantastic. Love getting in this, and I love using kind of a different strategy of bringing you the news rather than just some headlines. We'll use some tweets here. Sky Sports Football has said West Ham United striker Andy Carroll's feeling the pressure after not scoring in 8 games, and that's an incredibly long stretch for the big man, of course, with his scoring form he's been on this season. Can he turn it around? Hashtag in the comments, yes, Sir Andrew, or no, Sir Andrew, of course, referencing his nickname as Sir Andrew, Lord of Carroll. So let me know in the comments if you think he'll get back on his scoring form soon. And in a similar fashion to that, is Connor Wickham the West Ham United future? He has scored a goal in this last game, and we do have a logjam of strikers at the club. Does anyone need moved on in the summer? And our last piece of business, transfer talk from ESPN FC. Has Adrian run his course at West Ham? The Hammers are being linked with several keepers prior to July, especially with some of the mistakes the Hammers keepers made. Who would you like to see in claret and blue. Let me know in the comments. I've had some different transfer ideas from commenters as well as myself, so I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Be sure to comment on the things I've talked about and let me know. Of course, comment on really anything you want to in the career mode and let me know what you think. But be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're a new follower to this career mode. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you like what you see. Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next episode, guys. Bye-bye.